World War I was started by the assassination of Archduke Ferdinand in Sarajevo in 1914. World War II was triggered by the Japanese bombing attack on Pearl Harbor in 1941. No one can dispute that these events are of major historical significance. But history books will never record the saber-rattling in Palm Beach County when some well-meaning retiree utters the inflammatory phrase, "Let's get together for dinner." First there is the planning meeting, which must be similar to those held in the White House. An eavesdropper might hear such phrases as "the food there is lousy and such small portions," or "the chef was on vacation that night," or "it's okay if you stay away from the bread." Finding agreement shouldn't be such an onerous task. But this is Florida. And retirees, with full schedules of doctor's visits, shopping and returning, and gossiping in the shallow part of the pool, quake with fear about selecting the wrong restaurants. Before retirement, we averaged 27 mistakes a week between our jobs and home lives. Now, going to the wrong restaurant is raised to the equivalence of a surgeon amputating the wrong leg. And Florida restaurants have exploited the bad food market to the fullest, with their tasteless or foul-tasting offerings. First, there is the selection of cuisine type. Since our Boynton Beach retirement community is mostly Jewish, it stands to reason that most of the local restaurants are Italian.
Tomato sauce gives me heartburn.
When advised that white sauces are available in Italian restaurants, Morris gruffly retorted,
"It doesn't matter. Even tomato sauce is served at other tables give me heartburn."
Retired Professor Charles Engel, a purebred Back Bay Bostonian, stretched his 6'2" frame, scratched his head of 4 concentric hairs and announced, "Maud and I prefer continental cuisine, served with a 1938 Chateau Laurier wine." 5 potential paupers on fixed incomes rolled their eyes and stuck their fingers down their throats in pantomime.
What is continental anyway? The menus are always in French. Where are the languages of other continents? I have never seen a menu in Swahili. Even though I was a union man, I object to those restaurants because of their high labor costs. Each table pays for 3 to 5 waiters standing around just to synchronize lifting covers from chafing dishes, in perfect military style. I'll be damned if I'm going to finance their West Point educations.
You're just ignorant studs. Not all meals are served from chafing dishes. You don't belong in upscale restaurants. I'll bet you don't even know that you have to squeeze the lemon in your finger bowl before drinking from it.
Maybe seafood would be less controversial. After all, how many wars were started by a fish? Just when it appeared that we were home free, Seymour Glick, voted least informed iconoclast in college, leaped to his feet and shouted,
"Let's face the truth and stop the bullshit. Nobody likes fish. We eat it because meat is high in cholesterol. Oh yes, some people order it dry, looking and tasting like sawdust, because they are on a fat-free diet. But nobody without diet problems asks the waiter to strike a match under a flounder and serve it. What we really like is breading, tartar sauce, melted butter, pastry shell, as in salmon baked in it, atomic carbon, as in blackened, almonds and grease, exotic sauces spiced for throat destruction, and death-defying sugar."
How do you know that pork and beef are really pork and beef and not Cocker Spaniel? No one had any idea what Warshuap was. Studs once received a fortune cookie with no message in it and went into deep depression. Seymour was once thrown out of Ruby Foods for making a gesture considered obscene by the Szechuans.
Of course there are other foods, for example Russian, German, Hungarian, Latin, Irish, Indian, etc. But they all require driving on the infamous Route 95, and none of us knew anyone who made it back alive. The solution? Scrambled eggs at home. Alone.